they're talking about it, and I hadn't watched the video yet. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to react to it while I'm watching it for the first time. I'm gonna put it on YouTube on my iPad, and I'm just gonna go over it with y'all. I was watching something I did. I'm gonna go over to Catalyst Black. Yeah, this thing just popped up, literally. So this is crazy. So I'm gonna watch this from scratch.
War mode. Let's talk about it. We've been mentioning war mode all along our journey with Catalyst Black, and I figured today's the day. We're going to dig into some details and talk about it more completely. I'm going to cover 3 main topics about war mode. Each of these topics are full of a ton of little details, so I apologize ahead of time for how much I'm going to be looking down at my notes here. There'll probably be a lack of fancy editing, all of that stuff, because the whole team is very heads down on getting 0.7, the next upcoming patch, out the door. On that topic, I will be doing a dedicated service directive video for the entirety of patch 0.7, so you can look forward to that. But today, I just want to talk a little bit about...
Yeah, so I'm going to be reacting to the video live. This is like the first time that I ever saw it, so you're just going to get my reaction while it's there. This is kind of like what I've been waiting for anyway, and last night around 2 a.m. they dropped in a picture of it, and they showed you the new map when they were putting in the tactical pings, which is what I'm going to be using, because I don't really like voice chat, but we'll see.
War mode. 3 things. Why war mode? What exactly does this mode mean for the game? And then 2, what is war mode? What are the gameplay objectives? What can you expect out of the experience? And then 3, when is it coming? Why war mode? Since the beginning, when talking about a system like drop in, drop out, and how it relates to Catalyst Black as a game, we've always had this vision for a game mode that would be sort of the peanut butter to the drop in, drop out jelly. We called it war mode, and we knew it would really just be a matter of time before we could get it into the game. So when we talk about the peanut butter to the Dido jelly, what exactly does that mean? War mode is meant to be sort of a lower octane, more strategic, longer form alternative to the current game modes that you find in the game. The primary goal is for players to get into a strong flow, where they're engaged and feel rewarded for their time. War modes are larger and more free-form than classic modes, and this harkens back to some of those early talking points we had around Alterac Valley and World of Warcraft.
So if you also notice, it's done in nighttime. Fog of War is actually going to make more sense, because the one thing about it playing it right now, when you're playing in a bright daylight setting, you can't really see the Fog of War. Not like the way you could see it in Vainglory, where you could see there was darkness around you and more things opened up. Like this dark map kind of shows it like right away, which is kind of cool.
You can immediately participate even without having a complete understanding of all the various events and activities going on. Just moving towards an objective, taking out members of the enemy team, all of these things will reward you for your time and help your team push towards a victory. Players can learn the ropes at their own pace, and at the same time, veteran players are going to find enough depth and strategy here that they're going to want to stick around and dig in deep. The long...
Yes. Veteran players, digging deep. Probably this is the mode I'm going to be playing the most, unless I need to do something really quick, and I might just play Capture the Flag or even Flag Hunter. But yeah, this is going to be kind of cool. So when it does come out, I probably making up your friends list with new people who are just coming onto the game. That would be a really good thing. And even when I'm streaming and stuff like that, the idea is to work with people, kind of explain stuff to them like while we're playing, so they can get a better understanding of it. Because like last night I was actually streaming with CeeLo. He just started about a week ago, but I mean we played a few games and he caught me a few times. And the funny thing is, like I was watching his stream, he couldn't hear me, but he was like, man, sorry Isorod, I had to take that flag. And I'm like, nah, it's all about the wins. Like that's what I really care about. And I play in a way where I lose points defending or running with people to protect them or absorb shots for them, so I'll die and they can score. Hey Dusty, what's up? I'm just doing a react video to it. I'm actually watching it and commenting at
the nature of a war mode match makes it much more fitting for drop in, drop out, as all the individual events that make it up will reward you for your time spent playing. You can stay for an event or two, or you can play from start to finish. We just want you to feel really good about the time spent in-game. All right, let's break it down. What is War Mode? Well, it is a play mode that implies a variety of objectives that accumulate in a general score for your team. At any given time, there could be 2 to 4 different things you could be doing to help your team above and beyond just shooting the enemy. You get to choose how you want to participate. Right now, we have a single War Mode map, and it's called Eventide. Eventide is a hub and spoke style map, still very much in the prototype stage as far as our art goes. War Mode maps can be expected to be larger in scale, more asymmetric, and more sort of in-world than our classic game mode maps. Creatively, Eventide is in the midst.
Have you all seen the graphics that they have for the new abilities? That's Primal Fire that was just shown there. That thing looks crazy. And he's also using one of the new artisan guns.
The conflict surrounding the harvest of catalytic resources. Both teams are vying for those resources, and ultimately, the winning team is triumphant in controlling those resources.
Nice.
What are these resources? Well, they're stars falling from the sky. Those stars are full of catalytic power. You'll want to acquire the various forms of this resource and hoard it for your team. How do you win Eventide? Ultimately, winning Eventide is only possible by winning the final event in the game called the Final Harvest. This means that a team that's behind, even at that point, can still turn the game around. More on the Final Harvest event in a bit, but this event is triggered by the first team that reaches a score of 25,000 points.
Wow.
How do you get points? Well, here are the main ways. You can capture and hold outposts.
25,000 points. What the hell? And it's funny. Somebody was just talking about doing a Outpost Capture game mode. And this is literally what this is.
You can win major PvE or PvP events. You can complete activities such as bringing back shards to your outposts or your base, or you can kill major bosses around the map. And then lastly, just taking out enemy players or NPC creatures around the map. Every outpost you own will grant a steady trickle of points toward your team. There are 6 outposts in each.
Yo, that Renew Guardian is so much bigger than it used to be. It's huge. Holy, oh, the pings are right there. That is so cool. So the way they're setting up the pings, you can see it. It looks like they're adding back in the delay counter, so you can tell. But yeah, the 3 pings. That is awesome. You can say, cool, good job, danger, attack. So yeah, those are the important ones. Nice. Yo, that is freaking crazy.
Tied. 2 on each team side of the map, 1 in the center north, and then the central fortress. The central fortress is not only a great strategic point to own due to the leg up it'll give you in other events, it will also grant you a larger trickle of points than traditional outposts. Outposts also serve as the deposit location for the central collection mechanic of Eventide with shards. Players can collect shards from around the map and return them to their nearest outpost or to their home base. These shards can be found on the ground, you'll see them on the mini-map, or they are also dropped when defeating the golem monsters on the map like the Keepers or the Core Behemoth. You can carry multiple shards, and upon picking one up, you'll get an arrow pointing you to the nearest outpost you can turn in there or any other outpost that you own to score points for your team.
That is so cool.
Each team will start the match with 2 Imperial Guardians protecting their northern and southern outposts. You can take these guys down and you'll get a large number of points while also opening up the outpost for capture. The Imperial Guardians will never respawn. A short time into a match, maybe around 1/3 the total score, both teams will spawn a Harvest Overseer in their base.
What?
Like the Guardians, the Overseers can be defeated once and will offer a large point bonus to your team. Both the Guardians and the Overseer are tanky NPCs, but they will eventually be taken down by the enemy if your team doesn't protect them. Lastly, the Core Behemoth is the large neutral boss that will spawn around 2/3 of the way through a match. If you take this guy down, he will grant a large number of points and also drop several star shards on the ground for potential turn-in. One quick note, watch out for boss steals. There will be people hiding behind rocks trying to get that last hit. Just keep it in mind. Just a couple other small things before jumping into the actual war mode events. First up, creatures, NPCs. There's lots of those little Gnu hunters roaming about, but now they can do a variety of new things, like they can burrow, their AI is a bit smarter, they'll back off if they're low on health, they'll spit at you from range, a lot of fun things. And then, of course, those little golem monsters, we call them rubble. These guys will now drop heavy ammo for you if you take them out. And then lastly, speed crystals. There are large pink crystals found in key areas of the map that will grant players who run near them a lengthy speed bonus. This bonus is going to last until you fire your weapon or you take damage.
What? That's
okay,
awesome.
all of this is subject to change, just like my hoodie. It's way too hot in here. I'm not going back and redoing all that footage, but there are 4 main events that run through Eventide War Mode. They go in this order, and they will repeat if necessary. First, Wild Moon. Second, Arena. Third, Wild Surge. And then fourth, Flashpoint. Of course, once the...
My God. War mode is nuts. So 4 events happening on this giant map simultaneously while you have all of those things and all these extra bosses. Me likey.
Game reaches 25,000 points. Like I said earlier, it'll kick off the ultimate event, the Final Harvest. All major events are timed and have a win condition. In addition to large point rewards, this win condition will determine how many conquest points each participating player will receive. That's a sneak peek on the 0.7 patch notes. Conquest points, if you want to learn more about them, you have to hit the service directive video coming later this week. I got to make that one too. But that's a revamp to our current quest system.
Nice.
During this event, stars will fall from the sky in a random region of the map. Players must compete to capture these shards for their team. The team that captures the most fallen stars will win the event. All vision ranges are reduced, while movement speed is increased.
Nice.
During this event, the 5 players with the highest current kill streaks on each team will become Paragons, receiving a buff to their health, damage, and their size. They will be teleported to a small arena island off the northwest of the map, and here, both teams will duke it out until only one team remains. Paragons do not regain health while in the arena, but they can still use healing abilities. Okay, a couple of details. There are a few variations to this arena event. The default arena variant will reset all participating players to 0 primal energy and 0 heavy ammo. 2 large crystals, though, will spawn in the arena. If you take these crystals out, each one will drop 6 massive primal energy pickups. And, of course, you can fight over those as you see fit.
So I'm doing a reaction video on the war mode announcement. I'm actually watching it right now, and I'm reacting to it as I'm seeing stuff. My mind is blown. Almost everything we've been talking about, basically, one person just basically put out parts of war mode as, hey, this would be a cool version of the game to play. And then the points thing, sound is doubled. Why is that? That's kind of weird. I don't have my stuff running at all. Let me hear. Hold on. I don't have my stuff running at all. Let me just hear what the video sounds like.
Heavy's variant to the arena will reset all players to 0 primal energy, but grant full heavy ammo. Let me just hear what the video sounds like. Heavy's variant to the arena will reset all players to 0 primal energy, but grant full heavy ammo.
Okay. I kind of get it. Yeah, I get it. It still doesn't sound horrible because what's happening is my microphone is picking up simultaneously while the video is playing, and I don't know how to basically mute my mic. Let me see if I can do that. Maybe I can mute my mic. Nah. The problem is if I mute the mic, I also mute the mic for good. Yeah, the echo is happening like I just said. It's happening because of the mic on the computer and the microphone from the... Yeah, it's a double mic. Hold on. There's a way I can fix that. Let me see. I just don't have a lot of power. Let me just see. Hold on. I think I know how to fix it. And I'll put this. And let me know if this works.
Only one large crystal will spawn in this variant. Lastly, the Primals variant will grant full primal energy to every participating player while resetting their heavy ammo to 0. And of course, no large crystals required in this variant because everybody's going to turn into a Prime. When this event starts,
I don't know how to fix it.
Will become the source of a growing surge of catalytic energy. The team that has possession of this outpost at the end of the surge is victorious. Nothing else counts. The surge, at least for now, will be about 2 minutes long, and like Wild Moon, all players' vision is reduced and movement speed is increased. Just like the arena, when this event kicks off, the 5 players with the highest current kill streaks on each team will become Paragons, gaining size, health, and damage. The first team to defeat all enemy Paragons will win this event. Paragons on both teams must stay near the central fortress or risk losing their Paragon status. The bounds of the central fortress include the land to the left and right sides of the fortress itself. On the left side, this reaches to the connecting bridges, and on the right side, it reaches to the mountain ridges.
Wow.
Once either team has surpassed 25,000 points and any active events have wrapped up, the final harvest will begin. During this time, the team that currently owns the majority of outposts will rapidly drain points from their opponent. The central fortress will count as 2 outposts, effectively serving as a tiebreaker. When either team reaches 0 points, the match is concluded, and the team with points remaining wins total victory in the match. This phase is entirely about outpost control. Even if a team is significantly behind in points when the phase begins, if they can maintain the majority of outposts and drain the opposing team, they can make a comeback.
That is
Although
so
points
cool.
can still be earned for nearly everything during this phase, except of course owning outposts, shards and many creatures will stop spawning as soon as the initial announcement is made, and new events will not trigger. In other words, players can still finish off what they were doing, but all action shifts towards outpost control. And that's War Mode.
Wow.
It's a lot.
Wow.
It's really fun. And we think there's a little bit of something in there for everybody, whether you're a PvPer, a PvEer, a socialite, you name it.
Did 5. I've seen it do 7 or 8, so that's kind of...
Some of you may recall in Discord, I asked you a while back, would you prefer a war mode that was much more polished but took a lot longer to get out the door versus a war mode that was a little more rough around the edges, still got our initial promises and premises out the door, but maybe risked some bugs and some bumpiness along the way?
I'll take some bugs.
And the resounding feedback was like, get it out earlier. This thing's coming in 0.7. That's this week.
What?
So it's a lot. We've been busting it. We're really excited to get it in your hands. 0.7. It wasn't supposed to be this early.
What? This week? This is what I was saying like last week when I was doing videos. It's like either it's coming out next week or the week after. But it's coming like it's soon. Thank you. These guys were killing me. Thank you. Super evil guys.
That being said, there are a lot of things to keep in mind. This mode is going to likely change a lot. The objectives, the events, the availability, the timing.
They all sound
we
perfect.
think that even though this mode is accessible to a wide variety of player types, it's possible
I am
that it
too,
fits
sir.
best
I
with players
am
who've
too.
had a little bit more experience with the game. Like maybe we should have a gear requirement to access the mode just because it's a lot to take in. But we want your feedback. Is the mode overwhelming? Are we wrong about our thesis or our premises for drop in, drop out? Should there be a gear requirement for accessing war mode? We need to learn from you guys. And that's the thing I'm most excited about, is getting it in your hands as early as possible. We think this mode is a ton of fun and a really good fit for the creative promises of Atlas Black.
I'm going to be streaming that all the time.
So here's how this is going to go down. We'll be dropping off war mode and 0.7 in the hands of the agents of the Secret Service. If you don't know about our Secret Service, you can find out more on our website, to be our frontline testers. And then if things don't go horribly wrong there, we'll roll it out to our geo-beta regions shortly thereafter. That being said, we do have some switches in place that will allow us to shut the mode off entirely if something creeps up that completely breaks the game or surprises us in a way that we can't anticipate.
Right.
We good? I know I'm good. I'm not going back to redo any of this footage, so I hope it's all good in there. Stay tuned for the full service directive video for patch 0.7. We're going to cover everything. If you've been following us on social media, follow us on social media. You know we're bringing voice chat to the game. We're bringing pings to the game in 0.7. We're bringing new weapons to the game in 0.7. Don't tell anyone I told you that.
crazy.
Let's get into it in the next video. And until then, never settle for the lesser evil.
Jeez Louise, man. Wow. It's coming out this week. Forget about it. What? So, wow. Wow. I'm just like, wow. I'm with Lancaster, totally hyped. Wow. Wow. I don't know what else to say. I'm gonna actually, once I'm done with this, I'm just gonna put it on YouTube, just like my reaction video to it. Man, thank you for pointing out about the reverb. It's wow. That's all I got. I got nothing more. And what's really cool about it is it's all of that stuff. I think of this Joker. Or maybe it's gotten some Joker gas and we just don't know about it. Nah, but such a cool guy, man. It's like it's one of the best moves I think MC at what do you call it? SEMC did was to actually hire him on, because like when we lost folks like Nimitz, and I know Zeke and Nimitz and these guys, every time they were gonna do the patches for Vainglory, these guys would have the streams. I'd be at work, and while I was doing my job, I would be listening to the stream and glancing at it on my phone. I would have my phone plugged in and just have it just running in the background. And I would love to see like the new things that were coming out in the patches. I even loved when they were doing the conversations with some of the people that work in there, some of the artists. Like one of these artists, she showed how they added the effects to Inara. How they added her effects, how they came up with it, and how they were using the engine to make these things come out. I remember when Ilva was coming out, the artist who created her, and he goes like he loved games like Diablo, so he wanted to create something and the ability to chain lightning, so he wanted to create a character that had all that. So like Cloakin is that guy now. Like he's the one who brings all that stuff together. But oh my god, man, that is exciting as hell. And that's the thing. We're gonna be playing it, and we're gonna see. Because I remember the original alpha for Catalyst Black also was very, very different. The original alpha for Catalyst Black, Ace the Chase. He's a dude who's on YouTube. You should check him out. Literally, Ace the Chase. Let me see if I can get his information. I'll actually post it in there. He's one of those guys. Like before I got into Secret Service, even before the Secret Service started. Ace was the guy like you could you go to, and he would he was the only guy creating videos and builds and explaining the game before there was like anybody. So I'm gonna put his YouTube there. Ace is a really cool guy, and I remember when they were giving out keys to people. And I was just like, yo, how does Ace not have a key? This is the dude that kind of like kept the game like on YouTube when nobody else was talking about it. And he had video after video, and he was the only one posting in the video section, even before the beta came out. But yeah, like Ace is a really cool guy to follow on YouTube. What I do also, I'll put my link for YouTube too, because I'm subscribed to him and I actually visit his stuff. I'm actually going to check out his video next about this stuff. I'll just give you the link to my channel too, just so y'all can see it. Let me just do... Oh yeah, man. Like Ace, I'm not a big Vainglory All-Stars, but I've watched him play it. Yeah, it's still not. The problem is, like I said, I've played Brawl Stars on my own, and it's not a game that I played a lot. Like I tried it, and I was like, okay, it's not really for me. So that's just the way it is for me. Like in the greater scheme of things, it's not like it's a horrible game. It's not a game that I don't enjoy it per se. Like one person's like, why the Brawl Star hates? I'm like, I don't hate it. I just don't. I personally don't like the game, and I played it for a week, and then after the week was up, I just didn't play it anymore. So to have a Vainglory, when they were saying Vainglory All Stars, all the ideas I had, and when I saw it was like a Brawl Star game, I'm just like, really? This is what you would do with All Stars and Vainglory? So yeah, I just wanted something different. I wanted something that wasn't that way. What do you mean he didn't want you to play with him? He didn't want to play with me. I think our timing is different. He's in the Philippines. I'd have to either play with him early in the morning or late at night. I'd have to play around 1 or 2 a.m. to see him sometimes. So it's a whole different timing. But yeah, I'll put on my screen. I'll put in my my name here too. So if people want to send friend requests, there's a lot of guys who are already there. And I'm trying to clean up my friends list because it's really large. And the thing is, there's a lot of guys I don't see playing, and I'm trying to weed it out by figuring it out who's playing and who's not. So I have 291 right now. I'm trying to figure out a lot of these dudes who are playing. Yesterday I was playing with CeeLo. He's another guy who's in the content creator program, and he was streaming. And when his stream came up, he was using Air Server, and he was sending his phone to it, and it was pretty cool. So we got to play, and it's kind of funny. I use my best build in the game, my level 20 build, and with the amount of veteran players I was playing, and with everything that was going on. Yeah, you're still gonna get rocked. You're not gonna be able to overpower everybody as one player with level 20 gear. So when a lot of people keep saying, "Oh, this game is pay to win," it's not, because if 3 or 4 people, oh, cool beans. What's your actual stuff? Yeah, so like I said, if you send me a new one, I'll definitely do that. Oh wait, I see you right there, Outlaw. Nah, why am I gonna delete you? Nah, we can. It's not. So I don't know what your old one is. If I find it, then the Outlaw one I'll keep. Then I guess. Unless you have a new one. But yeah, nah, it's that. I'm gonna watch that video like another 3 or 4 times on my own, and I'm gonna go watch Aces. But yeah, that was amazing. That's downright amazing. So I'm gonna get off now. I'm gonna charge my iPad. Oh, that's your old one? What's your new one? I haven't seen Boosted Monkey in a dog's age either. What's the new one? I'm trying. That's weird. I'm gonna have to restart because it's not letting me delete it. So I'll just do that. Nah, but that's cool. I'm gonna watch it, the video a couple more times. But wow, that was amazing. That's the mode that I've been waiting for anyway, and it's smarter to release it early so we can test it through. Because like everybody was like, "Oh, the small maps, oh, those things are horrible." And one of my favorite small maps is the capture the flag one, Travelers. It's the tiny little capture the flag one is actually pretty cool. I think I agree with a lot of people when they said that. Oh yeah, my aim assist has been 0. That's pretty neat. So I've been playing for the last 2 weeks with aim assist is 0. Because the things I put it at 100, and it just seems to want to hit things a little bit more. But yeah, 0 or 100 supposedly makes the hitbox a little bit easier, but I have it at 0, so it works out. It works out just fine. High detail graphic scales at 70. But yeah, let's go back and let's try it now. Yeah, it won't let me. Wow, finally. Yes. Okie dokie. Wow, so is Noob Cake a developer? Yeah, this Boosted Monkey. This black and this big. I haven't seen that dude up in a while too. Yeah, but a lot of the dudes that are in CA, the dad guys, this CeeLo the Truth. Catalyst I've seen. I haven't seen Celeste in a while. CeeLo Zaga, I've seen him. Even if I don't see them, if they're active on the server, I'm not really getting rid of them either.